Good evening, America. I come to you now on the 31st of July, 2021. I have some terrible news. My first cousin, Luke O'Dwyer, passed away on Wednesday, the 28th of July, this week. I'm at a loss to explain why. It was not his time. He was healthy, a middle-aged man, 45 years old. He was a good, moral, ethical person, and that is reflected in his career as a town planner. He worked in London, he worked in Sydney, he worked in Hamilton in New Zealand. It appears he had a brain aneurysm on Wednesday night, which caused him to throw up as he was typing an email to his superior on the keyboard and on the floor. He leaves behind Finn and Connor, 2 boys, and his wife, Kylie O'Dwyer. It wasn't his time, but he wasn't meant to go like this. I spoke to my dad and asked him which version died. In the past 15, 16 years, I've seen several different versions of Luke. And he was... I see glimpses of the real Luke there in his host, part of his vessel. Luke was... Just one moment. Luke was an atheist. And he was a devil worshipper. When I came to this country, on a round the world airfare, my final destination, Sydney, was changed while I spent my time in London with Luke. I am upset. I'm angry. Because now I'm a prisoner of this country. And all I wish to do is to go home and go back to where I came from. Everyone else knows where they came from and knows the way back. I don't. I can't navigate. I'm having problems navigating. And I'm still trying to find my island in the sun. As in the song by Weezer. So, because of my time spent in London with Luke and his other flatmates, my final destination was not Sydney, it was Solaris. And I was met there by harboring versions of my community, family, friends, relatives, schoolmates. And we had a bright, beautiful time spending time at my grandparents' place in Strathfield. Christmases together, Easters, um, going to the beach together, hanging out with mutual friends of close contacts that knew each other. We were brought together by Luke. My family, my sister Jenny, and myself. We shared friends. Luke introduced me to some Spaniards who were working at the embassy in Sydney. And we met his flatmates, and they were good people. But after he left high school, which he went to Benilde, which was he went to the same high school as Paul Keating. Paul Keating is a high school dropout. He left school at year 10. Paul Keating is a Darksider. And Luke followed in his footsteps. Luke knows Jedi folklore. He knows Jedi lore. He tested himself in Jedi techniques, the Force, but he wasn't. He was a one-dimensional person mentally. So he joined the dark side early on in his life. It inspired me. He was an atheist who stands in its light and does not believe in the sun. An atheist who does not believe in the sun yet stands in its light and denies the authentic realness of its light. Its light. So he was probably told early on by hierarchy members that he could be way more powerful with the dark side than he could ever be in the light. And it wasn't his time. It wasn't his time to go. And his devil would pull operations at night. He recently, and he's obviously trying to kill me. His devil. I have seen Luke on occasions impersonating this devil, and he is serious. He is a serious underworld figure. I feel sorry for Luke. I mean, Pope Francis says that there's no reason why an atheist can't get into heaven if he's a moral, ethical, righteous person. I think of that about Luke. I think he fits that mold. But when I realize that the reason why I'm here is because of him, then it makes me angry. And I want justice. And I want payback. And I want vengeance. So I don't know what's going to happen. But the Catholic Church is going to make an example out of him. And it makes me sad. But the reason why that's happening is because when I was in London, my final destination to come home and back to the place I left didn't happen. I ended up in Solaris. And there are many people from the real world that experience the reality, and that have gone back to the real world and said it's not for us. It's not for us. And Luke's the kind of person that he would revel in the dark side. He was a funny person, gratuitously. I mean, he wore all black to my sister's wedding in 2005. He's that type of person to send the family a message to say, this is what I am now. These are my choices. And I'm not going to dress up in white like the rest of you guys and pretend that I have a place in heaven. Because we're here now. And heaven doesn't exist. So what's the point? Why should I, like my foolish father Danny Ajoa, his father, carry on with this religious fascination about heaven existing, when here, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. John Lennon song, Imagine, which is about this place. So I'll be talking about Luke in my next upload, my next vlog, and hopefully I can bring some stories together that can remember him well and paint him in a different light before he was converted to the dark side. Alright, thank you for your time.